Today on 2+U Nevada.
About the best pitch is 28 seconds total. And then if you get their attention, you have about 8 minutes to go to the next date. So it's like speed dating.
Do you have a really cool business idea or invention that you just need to get in front of the right people? Get that elevator pitch ready, because there's an event coming up where venture capitalists will literally be locked tight sitting next to you on the slopes. We learn more about Lift Pitch Tahoe.
Because this is designed to be a competition. People actually learn better when they're in a competition. We don't actually tell you anything about CPR. We ask you questions, and through those questions, you learn the proper steps and what to do.
The local doctor who has invented a game making learning CPR fun. How you can change the look of family game night with cardiacSTAR.
So I just kept doing CPR until the EMTs arrived.
And proof positive that learning CPR saves lives. A young woman is going viral for doing just that. And she learned it in high school. You're watching 2+U Nevada. It's home.
Put everything back in your house the way you like it.
With community and family. And this really is a family affair. It's local food.
I got garlic in mine, capers.
It's health and wellness. Plus,
we don't have these, and we could be using them.
With plenty of entertainment. 2+U Nevada, brought to you by 911 Restoration. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Are you ready for Valentine's Day? Here's a little secret, and I know Dave's in the car driving back from California, so he won't see this. I have done absolutely nothing. So this afternoon, I'll be running around like a mad woman trying to figure out what to get him. Having said that, I know what his perfect gift is. The kids and me getting out of the house so that he has complete silence. Oh, and control of the thermostat. All of this is to say, don't forget Valentine's Day is tomorrow. We have a fantastic show lined up for you. A little later in our show, we look at how much it'll cost you for love. And the cutest kids talk about their thoughts on love and marriage. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited to have two super cool guys here to talk about something super cool. And it's a massive fundraiser for Sky Tavern. So Tom Powell, the president of Sky Tavern and the resort trainer, and Kevin Peterson, an adaptive instructor at Sky Tavern. But both of you are co-founders of this event called Lift Pitch Tahoe. And let's talk about this because, I mean, Tom, you're in venture capital. You get pitched all the time. And you know there's like a very small amount of time for an elevator pitch to catch somebody's attention.
Yeah, that was the start of this. So generally it's about, we count it about the best pitch is 28 seconds total. And then if you get their attention, you have about 8 minutes to go to the next date. So it's like speed dating. And so we have a lift at Sky Tavern called the American Chairlift, which is just absolutely ideal for free enterprise, right? And it was really, I want to give Kevin the credit on it because he came up with the idea specifically saying this is how we could do it, type scenario, and benefit our adaptive ski program, which is awesome. So they'll actually be able to pitch on a chairlift.
And quite frankly, the person that they're pitching is stuck with this founder for 8 minutes, so it better be a darn good pitch, right? So Kevin, talk to me, especially since you are an adaptive instructor. All of the proceeds from this event will go towards the adaptive program of Sky Tavern. First and foremost, tell me what that looks like.
Yeah, so I've had a passion for skiing and particularly adaptive skiing for a good 40 years. And this was just a way for us to give back for all the fantastic days we've had on the mountain in our lives, right? And the first time that Thomas and I met, we realized that we shared a passion for entrepreneurship and adaptive sports. And from that, this vision was born. And unfortunately, Tom mentioned that, hey, I'm on the board at Sky Tavern. We can do it there. And why don't we do it on March 1st? And that's how it came to life.
That's so cool. And again, I want to really highlight the fact that all the proceeds from Lift Pitch Tahoe go directly to Sky Tavern's adaptive ski program. And this is what that looks like. Funding supports buy skis, outriggers, instructor training, and scholarships. So huge, especially for a program like Sky Tavern.
If I can even just add to that. So one of the nice things about Sky Tavern is not only do we teach the young athletes that could be in various stages of abilities to be able to ski or snowboard or whatever it is, move on the mountain, slide around on ice and snow, right? We teach the family. And there's a great video that has one of our young men on there, and it's not only about him being able to slide. Their family, through his illness, were not able to move on the mountain, and they're on the mountain. And that is a huge impact, especially for us that grow up in the Sierras, and you look up there in a beautiful day like today, and you can't go up there, and we enable that. And now I see them skiing not just at Sky Tavern, but they're over at Mount Rose. They take the sled with them, and that's just a huge impact. And it's nonprofit. So we've touched tens of thousands of people here in the Sierras.
Oh my gosh, we were just sitting back in our conference room, and we had 2 different people come in and say, I learned at Sky Tavern. I only got up to level 6, and I don't know what I'm talking about because full disclosure, my very first time skiing tore my ACL, LCL, MCL, and meniscus, so I need Sky Tavern. But
well, the great thing about Sky Tavern too is beyond our adaptive program. So what we also did was we taught the parents and the family members how to operate with that. But we don't just do children's programs anymore. We do adult programs, and we have a fair amount of adults now that are fresh moving to our area, and they're like, I don't know how to ski, and it's very expensive. And they come up and they learn to ski with their kids also learning to ski at Sky Tavern. So it's a fabulous thing. This year is my 51st year of actually being on that mountain, and I've had a wonderful life because of skiing, and it's been just fantastic.
And I know for a fact that you personally have generations of family members who are learning to ski and have skied.
Yeah, so my father-in-law is 85, and he's one of the highest ranked ski instructors in the country type scenario, and he's one of our volunteer ski instructors there. But it's not just even that he's a ski instructor, it's that he holds the highest cert that you can have. So we have 5 level 3 certified instructors that are on the mountain. So we have high-level certified volunteer instructors teaching people how to ski and snowboard. And I mean, the variety of that things. And then you go all the way down to my daughter is also volunteering on the mountain in the adaptive program, and my grandchildren are learning on the mountain, right? So you've got all these generations that are there, and it feeds all of our other mountains as well.
That's so cool. Now I want to get back to this Lift Pitch Tahoe, because right now you are looking not only for founders to sign up for this, to pitch you guys, but you're also looking for investors to be the people receiving the pitch, right?
Right. Yeah. So
this literally is elevator pitch as applied to chairlifts. So we have founders coming in a variety of industries who will be pitching investors, many of them local. So they're local angel investors, family offices, private equity firms, and this is a way to get them matched up and give a fantastic opportunity to the founders to pitch these investors.
And for someone who has an idea or even a prototype, what stage do they need to be in the process of their idea, and how do they pitch you?
So our company that's based here in Nevada but is international is called the Founders Office, and we actually take founders through that process and help coach them on doing their presentation. So it can start from the incubation of an idea all the way up to a company that's doing $100 million and needs to do that next round of capital raising. And it is amazing because most do not raise capital throughout their careers, so it's something that they go back to and learn. So it can be any stage, and they can learn how to actually do a proper presentation, which to the people that do generally make the investments, there are certain signals that get set. And so we're actually, as you sign up, if you are on the founder side, we're going to give them access to the information of how to do this. And if you're on the investor side, we give them also information of how you better invest in founders out there.
Okay, and then what industries are you looking for? Is there any specific industry?
Agnostic,
yes. Although the audience we have for the first Lift Pitch this year skews toward tech, but really any vertical is fine.
Yeah, I think we'll have one movie producer that's got a movie idea, that's got a sizzle reel that's out there looking for the right people to ski with them. It's amazing how people think that most ideas, it takes the capital to get that idea to be able to go forward. And that capital investment is equally important as the idea. You need both, right? And so it's really anybody who's got an idea can come up there. Anybody who'd like to be helping to fund, especially Nevada growth on ventures, it's a great way to do it. And it's fun. It's going to be skiing.
Who doesn't like that, right?
Skiing, snowboarding, we're not kicking out the snowboarders. And we have a chairlift, right? That if you don't do either and you still want to take one of those participation pieces, we've got a chairlift down at the base and you're gonna be able to sit there and we'll time you for 8 minutes. So even if you don't ski or snowboard, but you have an idea or you have capital that you want to invest in an idea, you can come up and do that.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. Tom, Kevin, thank you both so much for joining us this afternoon. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Coming back on our show again, Dr. Laurel Toft. And Dr. Toft, thank you so much for being here. The first time that you came on, we were talking about CPR guidelines that had been updated. And at that time, you had told us that you created a new way of educating people on CPR. And now we've got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
So you've created a game. Let's get into this.
Yeah, so CPR training for whoever has taken it sometimes can be a bit dry. You may have experienced that. And we realized that the mechanics of CPR are super important to learn. However, the emotional preparation for CPR is just as important, because if you know the skill, but you are paralyzed with fear or insecurity in the time that you need to do it, then what good is the skill? And so we wanted to create a training program that would marry these two things together, CPR skills with the emotional realism of actually being in this highly charged experience. And so that led us to create something called cardiacSTAR.
So cardiacSTAR. Now, what I love about this, you and I were just talking, this is accessible to everybody on the internet. And let's talk about how people can access this game. It would be great for families. You know, we have family game night, so this could be, you know, a part of family game night. But how do people access the game?
Yeah, so this is fully internet-based through our website, which is cardiacSTAR.com. There's an opportunity to go to our shop. And for just $25, you get 48 hours of access to the game. And game is really an important piece that you mentioned, because this is designed to be a competition. People actually learn better when they're in a competition. We don't actually tell you anything about CPR. We ask you questions, and through those questions, you learn the proper steps and what to do. So it's designed to be two teams that are competing against each other. You score points, you do CPR along with the heroes of the film, and the whole scenario unfolds. So like you said, this is perfect for a family gathering. A lot of people like to do those minute-to-win-it games at the holidays, Easter's coming up. You could instead all learn CPR together. Also great for a small business that wants to do a bonding event, a team building event. There really is something that happens when they're in these two teams competing against each other, and you're learning how to save a life.
I absolutely love it. And there is a familiar location in the game. It might be called Minogue College in the game, but it might be very familiar looking to folks.
Yeah, so we actually created these films right here in Reno, Nevada, using local talent, local sets and places, which is really lovely and wonderful to see our community being represented. And this is something that's available now nationally and internationally, so putting Reno on the map a little bit.
That's so cool. And then in addition to the game, so you can get the game online and play the game without the prop. But
Correct.
There's also a prop that people can purchase as well.
Yeah, so we actually wanted to make CPR training as accessible and easy as possible. So that's why this fee is so low to get access to the training. But we also created a novel CPR mannequin that's smaller, more compact, and less expensive than other mannequins that are out there. This is actually what we use to compress on when you're playing cardiacSTAR. This we do have available for purchase in limited quantities, but you can see that the top looks like the chest of a human. That helps you know where to place your hands, and this is what you compress on when you're playing. However, if that's not within the budget, or you're just going to do it one time with your family, you can really use anything. You can use pillows at home. You can use a deflated football, a mannequin that you already have. This is designed to
Oh,
be
wow.
more realistic. It's hard to push, right?
It is. It's difficult to push. Yeah, I can see how this would be more realistic. Because I have taken CPR classes before, and those dummies are just awkward. But this, you can even feel like you can tell that this is more realistic, I feel.
You know, we actually modeled this off of data from real human chests. I am a researcher, and this was all created through research. So this is modeled to feel like a real human chest, and it's more difficult to push than the other mannequins, like you said. So we actually are hopeful that we're creating better muscle memory, more realistic than the other mannequins that are out there.
Well, and let's talk about this too, because doing CPR is a violent act. I mean, just speaking frankly, it's violent, and people might not be emotionally prepared. And so this game is designed to help with those emotions.
Yes, there are so many emotions that are wrapped up in doing CPR. Unfortunately, most cardiac arrests happen at home on someone that you know, a loved one. And so if you're doing CPR on someone that you know, that really ups the ante in a way. And we, in creating cardiacSTAR, used the data from real rescuers. What had they experienced? What were the barriers to getting started in the first place? And we wrapped all of that into the training experience. So as the film progresses, you'll see people raising things and reasons why you shouldn't do CPR. We should just wait for the ambulance, to help people learn to overcome those things. We really believe that we're creating what I like to call emotional muscle memory, so that if you are encountered in this situation, instead of freezing up, you say, oh wait, I remember. We don't wait for the ambulance to get here. We start CPR. Oh yes, I might hear ribs cracking, but that's okay, keep going. So we've tried to address all of those emotions to help people overcome barriers and just act.
And again, remind everybody what the goal of CPR is. It's to get blood into the brain, right?
You got it. That's right. Yeah. So CPR is intended for when someone's had a cardiac arrest. That means the heart has stopped beating. And CPR is temporarily trying to take over the work of the heart, mostly get blood from the body up to the brain to get the brain perfusing, we call it. And then the hope is that through that process, the heart can get restarted and then do that work itself. So the goal of CPR is to push hard and fast in order to squeeze that blood up to the brain.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the main organ that keeps us who we are.
And you know, most of the organs can recover after an insult of not getting enough blood flow. The brain is a lot more sensitive. And so if your body survives, but your brain doesn't, that's really a devastating scenario. That's why I got into this in the first place, is in my work as a cardiologist, I had so many patients coming through my intensive care unit and their bodies had survived, but their brains hadn't. And I wanted to see more CPR in order to have more good outcomes. And that led us 10 years later to cardiacSTAR.
Well, you said it, Dr. Ta. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. You are watching 2+ Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Corinne Keck, president of the Reno Blues Society. And Corinne, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks, Sarah.
You have a big event coming up. That's what we're talking about. But first and foremost, tell me about the Reno Blues Society.
Oh, 32 years young.
Wow.
Not only keeping the blues alive, but bringing young artists into the fold, because we do have a youth music grant program that's very near and dear to us. And that's what our fundraiser is about.
Yeah, so tell me about this grant program. Last year, you gave $4,657 in grants to youth in our community. How do these children get paired up with the Reno Blues Society?
Well, it's simple to do so. You just go to renoblues.org. Give us a little bit of information about you and what your interests are and what your needs are, and we'll reach out and vote on it once a month. And we haven't denied a grant yet, I should say, but it's for lessons, instruments, band camp, workshops, all types of different needs that are, they're kind of expensive and out of reach for some people.
They really are, especially all those extracurricular activities, and we're not seeing music as much in schools, so parents are having to do that on their own and get their kids involved in music on their own, right?
Yes, that, and we have we do have a lot of instructors in the market, though, at the high schools and even college levels that are really, they're doing all they can to really help. And those are the people that we've been reaching out to in order to find the students that do have the need.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you've got great partnerships with those instructors in town.
And we're getting more and more.
Oh, that's great.
And we're looking for more and more, too.
Okay, so if you are a music instructor, then remember renoblues.org, right?
Correct.
Fantastic. So this event that we are having, of course, you've got the beads on.
And I've got some for you.
Yay, thank you. So we're talking Mardi Gras. And of course, when you think Mardi Gras, you think the beads, right? With that, this big Mardi Gras event is the main fundraiser for these grant programs that you have.
Correct. The silent auction proceeds at this event will go 100% to our grant program. So it's very critical that we do get, a lot of bids, get some competition, get the prices up so that we can get as much money as we can for the kids.
So you really need to upbid everybody because that money is obviously going to a good cause. And outside of this fundraiser, you also have a phenomenal group in town performing.
Oh, we do.
So tell me more.
The very exciting Rick Estrin and the Nightcats will be performing as our headlining band. We have Mighty Mike Schumer opening the show with his trio. But Rick and his band are the 3-time National Band of the Year Blues Award winners. They're Instrument of the Year, they're Song of the Year, they're Album of the Year. They've just got a lot of accolades and they've got a lot of energy.
And you think, because this is America's 250th, and you think of the history of blues, and it is so important to America's history, right? And it is so important that we continue to recognize and honor and keep blues alive.
Oh, definitely. It's the roots of rock and roll, and that's one thing we do too, is bring young people in. They don't have to be in the blues genre to get our grants, but we'd like to introduce them to the blues so that they can become enthusiasts as well. Because let's face it, it's a little older demographic these days because it's been around for a while. But we do have some blues jams 3 times a month too around town.
Where do you do that?
A lot of fun. Lead Dog on the 2nd and 4th Sunday of each month from 3 to 6. And then at Black Rabbit Mead next door, Mondays, the first Monday of the month at 7 o'clock.
That's fantastic.
They're so fun.
Is it? Okay, so then do you need a cover to go to those events?
Nope.
It's just you get to jam.
Yeah, you just bring whatever instrument you have. We have a tuba there the last couple times, so I mean, anything goes. And we have a great organizer, Kat Hart, who rotates the people through, 2 songs each, so there's a lot of rotation, a lot of fun. He does a great job of pairing up musicians, and the audience is getting bigger and bigger, and we're seeing younger folks there. That's the good part.
Well, that just sounds so awesome. And then again, we have time for a reminder. This event, the Rick Estrin and the Nightcats, the Reno Blues Society and National Automobile Museum, Mardi Gras and Silent Auction. This event is Saturday, February 21st, and it runs from 5:30 to 9:30. Now, if you get tickets now, there's a discount, right? It looks like $45.
You'll save $10 because the day of the show it's $55. However, if you're a blues member, Reno Blues Society member, or the National Automobile member, you get a $10 discount now.
For the pre-order, not at the door.
Not at the door, but if you get them now, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, and again, it's so important because this fundraiser is going towards the Reno Blues Society's Youth Music Grants Program. So you're helping kids in our community get connected with music. And Corinne, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
You're watching 2+ U Nevada. We just interviewed Dr. Laurel Toft about her new CPR education game called cardiacSTAR. Dr. Toft is taking that game to Northern Nevada high schools like Reno's Bishop Manogue. Well, our next story is proof positive. Teaching high schoolers the life-saving skill is worth it. In Texas, viral video shows a young woman taking on that heroic act, a skill she learned in high school. Jesus Martinez spoke with her and the teacher who taught her.
This video has been shared across social media. A young woman performing CPR on a man in Dallas.
So I just kept doing CPR until the EMTs arrived.
That young woman just so happens to be Emmy from East Texas.
We talk every day and we text every day.
So when Emma's mom got a phone call from her,
she was very overly excited, and I actually thought that something was wrong.
And in a way, something was wrong.
So I got out and asked a bystander what happened.
A man had suffered an asthma attack Tuesday night and collapsed. That's when Emma jumped out of the car to help.
And he had a pulse, but it was just very faint. But he wasn't breathing at all.
One of the man's friends had started CPR but didn't feel comfortable continuing.
And I'm like, I'm certified and licensed. I took all these classes in high school.
That night, Emma used her CPR skills. It was the very first time she'd had to use them in the real world. The same skills she learned here at Lindell High School.
Emma was an awesome student. It wasn't hard to teach her.
Nicole Hone was one of Emma's health science teachers.
And then you're just going to give compressions at 100 beats per minute and as hard as you can.
She says she's proud her student was able to help save a life and hopes more people can get certified in CPR.
Have to watch certain videos, and then they also have to do the hands-on portion of the compressions and breaths on mannequins.
Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I do not think I would be as prepared as I was.
A reminder that you never know when you might be someone's only chance.
It really is a God thing that I was just happened to be driving around.
Saying goodbye to a pet is hard on any family, especially when that pet's passing happens earlier than anticipated, which is why a Virginia woman wanted to be sure the final moments for her 7-year-old golden retriever were top-notch. So she turned to an upscale steakhouse for the pup's final meal, where they made sure to treat her to a 5-star experience. AJ Nwoko reports.
It's such a eerie feeling.
The past few weeks,
knowing that I was going to open the door and she wasn't going to be there.
And the Blumenthal household have been a blur. But looking to the past has helped Kelly keep things in focus.
Between the tail wagging so hard that it's whipping the wall, or, you know, her taking your microphone completely off while you're trying to get an interview.
This mother of two is no stranger to being interviewed, usually promoting heart health with her son Finn.
She just wanted to be a part of it, and she had fear of missing out. Just brought so much happiness and joy.
And usually joining her on those interviews was the heart of the Blumenthal family. A golden retriever named Emmy. Behind this goofy, energetic smile, Emmy was hiding a recent illness.
We were told in August that our 7-year-old golden retriever, who'd been perfectly healthy, had hemangiosarcoma, which is blood cancer. It's very aggressive, and that the time was 2 to 6 months.
Kelly quickly got Emmy the affairs in order, even giving a certain reporter who doesn't always like being on camera an opportunity to say farewell. And months later in January, Kelly found that it was finally her time to say goodbye too.
The scans unfortunately showed that it had spread to her lungs very aggressively and very quickly. So we needed to make a decision, and the first thing that came to mind is she loves to eat. She wasn't really eating that day, but what would her last meal want to be?
And after making some calls,
right across the street from her oncologist was Perry's Steakhouse.
And in just a matter of hours, restaurant manager Jesus Martinez rose to the occasion with the golden opportunity for the ailing retriever.
When it came to Kelly's request, obviously, being a dog owner myself, I wanted to ensure that A, it's special, and B, this is a lasting memory.
Kelly says the end result was Perry's going above and beyond, honoring the 7-year-old with an honor walk through the restaurant towards the patio to her final meal.
Needed me to give it to her. They gave her the steak bone. They made a special dog cake for her, the pastry chef did. They brought out a huge chocolate cake. Look at that. And flambéed it in front of her.
You know, hospitality means that we take care of people. And it's not because we're forced to, it's because we want to.
But Kelly says the biggest treat was something you won't find on the menu. All the pets, hugs, and love this dog could handle, just hours before she made her final journey to the place where all dogs go. A deed so good that Kelly believed it deserved another.
Hi, thank you so much.
Kelly surprising Jesus with a gift just as unique and permanent as the memories of her final moments with Emmy. her paw print.
We just felt like guys could have a little part of her.
That one brought tears to my eyes. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Get ready to open your wallet this Valentine's Day. Nearly half of Americans in relationships say inflation has made it harder to afford gifts. A quarter say it's possible they'll even take on debt for Valentine's Day. Jolene Kent has more.
Can I help you? I need a Valentine that will impress this girl I like.
The pressure's on to find the perfect gift for your gal, pal, or sweetheart. Love may be priceless, but this year, treating your Valentine is far from it. Over the past 5 years, prices for Valentine's classics have jumped more than 20%, including jewelry, dining out, cards, gift wrapping, and flowers. Chocolate prices have spiked more than 70%.
We don't dilute our product. We've had the same recipe for 103 years.
Christopher Taylor runs Lilac Chocolates in New York City. He says despite record high cocoa prices, he will not be passing on costs to his consumers yet.
Last year was brutal, right? We barely broke even, but it looks like the gamble has paid off. I just did that to check the customer appetite for higher prices. We spent more on packaging than we spent on chocolate.
If you're looking for some sparkles, get ready to pay up. Record-breaking gold prices have pushed Valentine's Day jewelry spending up 8% from last year to $7 billion.
Nearly half of shoppers will give flowers this year, spending $3 billion on blooms. But flower prices are up 7.2%, due in large part to tariffs.
That's because many stems are imported from South America.
Flower prices go up all the time, just like anything else.
To save, experts recommend swapping out roses for more budget-friendly choices like tulips.
There are always trade-offs that you can present to clients that'll help them meet their budget but still meet their expectations at the same time.
So when it comes to Valentine's Day, the real currency isn't cash, it's care.
Don't get overwhelmed by Valentine's Day. Don't overthink it. Sometimes the simplest gesture is the most meaningful.
In total, lovebirds are expected to spend $29 billion this Valentine's Day. And if you're looking for ways to save ahead of the big day, some experts say skip the Valentine's-themed candy, skip the candy aisle, and instead go to the regular candy section and pick up regular candy that's non-themed, and you may be able to save yourself a buck or two. Jolene Kent, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Love is spreading around the world ahead of Valentine's Day. It was especially romantic for this couple from Texas who got engaged at the Eiffel Tower in Paris this week. Josue Perales popped the question to his girlfriend Kayla on their first anniversary of dating. And she said yes. On top of that, more than 100 couples tied the knot at a mass wedding in Peru. And while grown-ups are all loved up, some young school kids in the UK are giving their very charming take on love and marriage.
Do you think you guys might get married when you grow up?
No. Oh, that's a tricky question, that. If I get married, I'll probably be the happiest that I've ever been. It's always good to have someone you love. No way! No way.
One thing the kids would all agree on, everyone loves the extra sweets you get this time of year. From the mouths of babes to the mouths of those wise with experience. In Chicago, 8 couples married a total of 471 years, renewed their vows this week. John Garcia takes us there.
With flowers in one hand and a cane in the other, Agnes Free and her husband Chuck make their way down the aisle. They've been married 71 years to the day, February 12, 1955. 5 kids, 14 grandkids, and 15 great-grandkids later.
Everything seems to be going well, and it's been a good marriage.
Sharon and Don Miller have been married 56 years, but were born a few days apart and actually sort of met as newborns in the St. Anne's Hospital nursery. They now live in the Hearthwood Senior Living community where they're joining with other longtime married couples renewing their vows.
It's kind of like saying, yeah, we'd do it again.
I want to lock her in for the duration.
Family, friends, and neighbors from the Hearthwood community come to witness the vows. Of course, they are all sealed with a kiss.
To celebrate life through the renewal of vows is just an extension of what they do each and every day.
Joyce and Les Zemba may have the most unlikely marriage here. She left the convent and her life as a Catholic nun to marry. It's all detailed in her book, A Life Like None Other. But it was not love at first sight.
I was not crazy about him at all.
Because?
Because he drank too much and he was a little heavy set.
A little?
Les quit drinking, lost weight, and now they've been married 54 years. Agnes Free speaks for all of the couples.
Your faith helps in the wonderful family.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Still trying to figure out dinner tonight or looking to make a homemade meal for your loved ones tomorrow? Today, we're sharing a recipe from New York Times Cooking's Easy Weeknight Dinners. Tony DeCoppel met up with New York Times Cooking and Food Editor-in-Chief Emily Weinstein and learned how to make a chicken dish that's one of their all-time favorites.
What are we cooking today?
We are cooking sheet pan chicken thighs with spicy corn. It's a recipe by the amazing Melissa Clark.
Let's do it.
The ingredients you need for the dish are boneless, skinless chicken thighs, mayonnaise, basil, garlic, pickled jalapenos, regular jalapeno, corn, and scallions. So the first step, we're gonna make a marinade for the chicken. So we're gonna chop the basil. We only need about a quarter cup.
How fine do you want to chop it?
That's good enough.
Good enough? Okay.
Yep, put it all in the bowl.
Beautiful.
So then you're gonna add the mayo. I know, we need a spatula. Oh, yeah,
it's for
there
home.
we
It's
go.
for home cooking.
Oh, yeah, it's home cooking.
No health department in any state or county will allow this, but I will do it at your do it in your house, and it's fine.
So we're gonna add 2 grated cloves of garlic. Let's add the jalapeno brine. We are gonna let this sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes.
Okay.
It can go up to about 6 hours in the fridge.
Cool.
While that is marinating, we are going to cut the kernels off those 4 ears of corn. I lay the corn down on its side, and then I just go like that, and it falls right on your cutting board,
That is
right?
a good technique.
Oh my God, you're on the 3rd cob.
I'm making my way.
I know, you're picking up the slack. Thank you. And then I think we're just slicing a few scallions. We're taking half of these chopped scallions, we're tossing them in here with the chopped up, yes, all of that goes in, the chopped up pickled jalapeno. Let's add some salt and some olive oil.
It's great. Love it.
All right.
Beautiful.
I think we're ready to get our chicken out of the fridge. And you're just gonna put it on the sheet pan.
Cool. Sheet pans are taking over America.
Yes.
This is like the thing everyone does now. I do it all the time.
I know, we are doing our part at New York Times Cooking to
making
promote the sheet pan invasion.
There's some sheet pan maker where business has been lagging for 3 decades, and the guy came in and he was like to his pop, "You're never gonna believe this, Dad, but sheet pan sales are through the roof."
Great, so we're gonna start the chicken in an oven heated to about 425 degrees for 12 minutes.
Okay.
Now, our corn is gonna go in. You just wanna spoon it into these empty spaces around the chicken.
Okay, this is great.
So that is gonna go right back into the oven for 12 more minutes. We're in the home stretch. We are going to slice the fresh jalapeno.
All right, just rings off the front.
Yeah, it just rings off the front.
There you go.
All right, so our chicken has roasted along with the corn, and the last step is to run it under the broiler.
About 6 inches from the broiler?
Yeah, about.
Okay.
That looks good to me. That is gorgeous.
Love it.
So to
Love
finish
it.
this off, add some fresh jalapeno, a little bit of color, and then some scallions too.
Is that it? Are we done?
This is it. We're
Beautiful.
done. You've
All
done
right,
it.
Let's plate it.
Really good. It's salty, it's spicy, it's just really working together.
On the corn, you've got the softness of a slow roast and then the crunchiness from certain charred bits. And those play off each other really nice. For something you threw together with just things you probably already had in your fridge, awesome. Really good.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+ Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+ Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+ Nevada. Or you can email us at 2plusnevada@ktvn.com. Now for the sweetest of treats for Valentine's Day. This one hits close to home because both my babies were preemies. Zach spent 3 weeks in the NICU. Stella spent 4. In Detroit, Michigan, Detroit Medical Center has released images of this year's Valentines, calling them Cupid Babies. DMC showed the little ones dressed up for the love-filled holiday with festive decorations surrounding each baby. Hugs and kisses to all these sweethearts. That's it for this edition of 2+ Nevada. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon, and we hope you have a fantastic Valentine's Day and weekend. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+ Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.